You guys have no idea how excited I am to talk to you all today. I feel like it's been a really long time since we did this. Also really hoping that this setup is actually okay. All my ring lights are actually broken, so we're going old school, sitting in front of the window. Right, I'm going to turn my hair back because I feel like this is going to get deep, this is going to get serious. We're going to put some makeup on. You know what? Freshly washed. We are going to get these bits of baby hair. Any other mums out there still working through their postpartum hair loss? You're not alone, babe. Guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all today? I hope you're having an amazing day. Just going to keep smiling. We're going to keep breathing. We're going to keep healing. Hopefully this video will put a bit of a smile on your face. Anyway, it's putting a smile on mine because I really just feel as if this is a seriously overdue catch up. Since I've come back online, I feel as if there has just been like, I'm going to be really honest, I actually feel as if I haven't caught up with you at all. It's a bit like, do you know when you see someone at, like, you know when you see your friend at a party and you're having a good time with them and like you've been in each other's presence, but you know there's like something really big that you need to actually talk about privately, and like you need to go around each other's house and like have a cup of tea or a takeaway, or the two of you or however many of you there are, but it's just me and you, babe, and we need to catch up. I thought the best way to do it would be to just kind of sit, chat, get ready together. I am not a pro. I don't really know what I'm doing. All I've done my entire life is just copy what my big sisters have been doing. So yeah, without further ado, please do not come at me for my makeup skills. So by the way, I've just prepped my skin with the Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched face base. I did a spin class this morning and I feel as though my skin and my face is literally still red from that spin class. Does anybody else, spin class, does anybody else get like that? Like, I actually am not really a sweater, but my face will go bright red like a beetroot for literally the rest of the day. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with foundation. Now, I've been loving the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. I use shade 7 Neutral. Sometimes I actually like to mix it with either one of these, either the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation or the Iconic London Radiance Booster. That is really, really nice actually. Oh, what one do I want to go for today? I feel like I'm actually going to go with Iconic London, you know? Okay, so first question. Hey, when and where is your wedding? Can't wait. Babe, me either. Gosh, I'm so excited. I think what I'm going to do, and I'll probably put something up on my story the day we're getting married, like, be right back. Mrs. Swift is on her way. It's not long, it is so soon. I have been running around like a headless chicken, I feel like, doing all of the wedding prep. I actually, at this rate, have actually planned like 3 weddings. Anybody needs a wedding planner, I am considering beginning a career in wedding planning because I feel like I've planned 3 very different weddings for myself. The first one obviously was the original wedding that we were going to have, and then we changed our mind. That was like very in a gorgeous country house in the UK, very traditional. We were getting married in a church. Then we decided to change our mind. Then we had to plan like a little day for legally getting married in the UK, which is kind of like an actual wedding, or we wanted it to be like that because certain people were going to that aren't going to our abroad wedding, and then obviously got the abroad wedding. So yeah, I've literally planned basically 3 weddings. At the moment, it actually doesn't even feel like it's going to be a real day. Do you know what I mean? Just, you know, one of those days that you just have been looking forward to for what feels like a lifetime, and you've done so much planning and you don't actually believe in your mind. I guess it's a bit like when you having a baby, like, you know you're going to give birth, you spend 9 months like growing this child inside of you. Like, to actually comprehend the fact that one day you're actually going to meet this baby and you're going to actually give birth, like, I don't know, I just find it really hard to wrap my head around that kind of stuff. But it is soon, and I am really excited, and I promise I will share with you guys when it is, like, in the time. By the way, I've just used the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer in shade Swan. This is a brilliant concealer. I find that it's pretty full coverage. Oh my god, my memory card is about to run out. That's brilliant. And I've got so much to say. Be right back, gonna delete some stuff. There we go. Gosh, so many time lapses on this memory card. I don't know what to do with myself. Okay, next question. Where did you go on holiday on your time offline? The pictures look amazing. Thank you so much. Do you know what? There are actually so many pictures that I haven't even shared. During the 6 months that I was offline, we actually decided, before we have any more babies, we were just enjoying some time just to be a family of 3. Something that Connor and I have wanted to do for the longest time, I feel like actually some of you will probably already know this, is to do a USA road trip. We flew into Orlando in Florida. We made our way down to loads of really gorgeous Florida, like beachy towns, all the way down to South Florida, where we went to the Keys. Then we flew into, where did we go after that? I'm pretty sure it was New Orleans, which was incredible. Then we went to Austin in Texas, and we flew to Vegas. Then where did we finish? We went to Vegas and then we went to LA. And we had done LA before anyway, so we just wanted to go back and just visit because we love it there so much. Yeah, it was really honestly a trip of a lifetime. And I always actually say, like, when anybody with any young baby, kind of like me a year ago, asks for advice about traveling or like going on holiday with a baby, I actually think the younger they are, the more like, not relaxing it is for you, but the more the holiday can be a bit more about what you would like to do, instead of, you know, now if we were to take Saint abroad, we would really have to factor in like activities for him during the day. Are there any soft plays nearby, etc.? Do you know what I mean? Whereas when we went to New York, for example, when he was only 4 months old, he was really happy just to like sit in his pram and look around at the sights, and he wasn't even sitting up at that point, I don't think. I can't remember. It's a dream. And if anybody watching this is sat here thinking, would love to be able to do that, babe, make it happen. Life is short. If you've got a dream like that, you should go and do it. Go and do it. What have you got to lose? Time. That's the only thing you got to lose, is time. You can't ever get it back. Money will return, but the memories you make cannot be replaced. Hey guys, just really quickly, editor's note as I am editing this video. I really didn't want excuse Saint having his dinner. I really didn't want the answer to that question to come across as insensitive, or as if it just felt like, oh, I went away on the holiday of a lifetime and ignored everything that happened. We spent a lot, if not the majority of that trip, doing a lot of work internally and externally. I have said since I came back to social media that maybe this work is something I want to share, maybe it's something I keep private. It's a really hard balance to try and find, because I don't want anybody that I hurt feeling like I'm just sat here not doing anything. At the same time, I do kind of feel like the work I'm doing, I would never want it to come across as if I'm only doing it show off, or I'm just doing the work just to say I've done the work, if you know what I mean. Like, but yeah, I just wanted to clear that up in case people just thought that you know, we just went on holiday and it was amazing. There was a lot of work that was done. If it wasn't posted on social media, it didn't happen, kind of thing. Yeah, just wanted to clear that up in case it was taken in the wrong way at all, because that would never be my intention. Enjoy the rest of the video. So I just set my powder with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Kind of torn between my bronzers. I don't know whether or not to go for Refi, which is always nice, or Le Glow by Benefit. I think I'm going to go with this one because, I don't know, just I'm going to go with it. Heidi asked, what was the biggest lesson you learned from your time off? Do you know what? I actually don't even know like where to begin answering this question. I actually can't even emphasize how much changed and how much I learned about myself in the 6 months that I was off of the internet. Like, I almost would go so far as to say, if you knew me, like if you were my friend this time last year, let's think back to this time last year, okay, I just had saying, I am just a different person. And I'm not even saying that to be annoying and being like, I'm such a different person, I've learned so much. It's just like, wow. I feel like my list of priorities is so much different. I have much better like boundaries. I'm much more secure within myself. I was on a path that, to be really honest with you, I think was going to end up in some kind of self-destruction. Like, okay, this is where we're getting into the deep stuff now. Now I'm starting thinking, how much do I actually share? I almost feel as if YouTube is kind of not the place to have this discussion. Like, I really I'm seriously thinking about starting a separate platform. I just really talk about all of my deep feelings and my deep bits in my life, because it's such a huge part of who I am. The older I get and the more I go through, the more I am kind of called to like really sit in that version of myself. And sometimes I just don't feel like YouTube is the place to do it. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just really overthinking that, and I could just, you know, unload right here right now. But yeah, I just feel like there's nothing as good as like putting in your earphones, going for a run, or sitting in the car on your way to work, or just like really zoning in with someone else's thoughts. I kind of feel like you can't really do that with YouTube, because I don't know, but let me know what you think. No matter how things might have looked on the internet, like, I was just not happy. I was so unhappy. I was actually probably the unhappiest I'd been in a really long time by Christmas 2021. Now let me get something straight, and it is absolutely not becoming a mother that made me feel so unhappy. It was the path I was continuing down on that just felt natural to me, because it's what I knew, and that was the way I lived my life and my mental attitude towards things. I almost feel like all of the stuff that I needed to work through to come right to the surface of today. Here and now, Ellie, we're gonna work through all of the shit that you have your whole life. Like, I had to go back and navigate through the mind of a 14-year-old, really troubled, really in pain young adult. I also had to go back into the mind of like the 6-year-old Ellie who had shit to work through. I had to really like come to grips with the last 6, 7, 8 years of my life, the life that I've kind of built for myself, and how aligned with it I am as a person today. I started when I was 18, now I'm 26, I'm a new mum. Where do I want my life to go in 10 years time? Am I on the right path? There are definitely parts of it that could shift. The moment I really realised I've got some lessons to learn here, I've got some stuff that needed to change. 3 or 4 days after the tweets had resurfaced, and I was sat in a chair opposite Saint's bouncer, my gorgeous baby boy bouncing away. He must have been about 6 months old. And this might, like, this might not be right to share, but I feel like I'm kind of, it's there in my mind, so I'm going to say it right now. I was looking at my gorgeous baby boy, you know, surrounded by a man that loves me, my 2 dogs, everything I own, like, and I was sat there and I just thought, I actually just don't even want to be here anymore. And I think when Connor kind of pulled me out of it, I think that's when I really realised something has to change. Like, what is worth anybody feeling like they don't want to be here anymore? Like, let alone the fact that I just brought my son into the world. Like, imagine. So I think that was my biggest lesson that I learned, was all of it. It was, there's the real world and then there's the online world, and I feel like the real world is where love is, it's where beauty is, it's where emotion is felt, and relationships are formed and bonds are created and where your worth lies. And I feel like the online world is a place where everybody goes because we see everybody else's perfect life on these perfect platforms. It triggers us a lot. We kind of spurt out these judgments, whether or not they're nice or nasty, it doesn't matter. We are still spurting out judgments 24/7 whenever we scroll down our Instagram homepage. It's like constant comparison, constant all the time, just like thoughts firing at other people. And I feel like it's a really incredible distraction to actually what's going on in here and in here. And I don't know, maybe I'm just really overthinking this a lot, but basically, yeah, it was like I needed to just get out of that online world and come back to the real world. I was reminded of what's important, and I was finding enjoyment through educating myself and learning to be a better person and healing the inner me that was so hurt that led to this whole journey in the first place. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't even know if I've answered your question. I feel like I've literally just rampaged for the last 10 minutes, but there we go. It's what you'll come here for, right? Libby asks, how are you finding being a mum on social media again? I'm so happy you are back. That is so kind. Actually, Saint and being a mum online is something I really struggle with. I am constantly thinking, am I oversharing? Is this really my decision to make of him being online? Versus I want to share my journey about motherhood because I find it so inspiring. Also, of course, naturally wanting to share him because he is my life. Like, he is literally my life. And I feel like if you've got a baby, you know just how much your life changes. And so it's kind of like I'm trying to find this good middle ground between kind of sharing a little bit of him but not sharing too much. And then that's hard because Saint is my everything and he is my day, you know. I don't just like go and spend 4 hours in Primark anymore. I base my day around his nap times and his bath time and his meal times and whether or not he's had a fun day and have we gone to meet any friends for him. And at the same time, it's like, I don't know how much of that to share, you know? Okay, my camera actually just died, so that is a sign to stop over talking. Yeah, that's a hard one because I just love being a mum so much. Like I just feel as if my life actually didn't even begin until I had Saint, and I love it so much. But I feel like every mum is just trying to, you know, find the balance about what works for them, and not even just being online, but like parenting styles, and you know, it's all just, we're all just winging it. Louise asks, what are my favourite podcasts? So since I've come back, I feel like I've really shared my, like, I've spoken about how much I just love my podcasts. They're a huge part of my day. They're a huge part of my self-development. I actually had like a going back online list of rules with myself, and on that list it was like, you absolutely have to either read, meditate, or listen to podcasts at least once a day, because they are the habits that bring me back to the happiest version of myself, therefore I think the higher version of myself. So it's really important to me to like continuously doing that. And I feel like some of my favourite podcasts, just while I do my brows and I'm applying a product that I feel like nobody needs me to explain, obviously, it's the Refi Brow, what actually is this? The Refi Brow Sculpt or Brow Gel, I want to call it. Yeah, favourite podcasts, absolutely The Diary of a CEO. Stephen Bartlett is my fave. I also love On Purpose with Jay Shetty. He has some really incredible guests on. I love all of his insights into basically every single thing he discusses. Always leave his podcast feeling like I'm a new woman and I have learned something incredible and I'm ready to go. And also brand new one that actually I started listening to this morning, but I feel like I get a really good vibe from it, so I want to share with you all, is, especially if you have babies, I feel like it's definitely if you have babies, I don't really know if it's one you would listen to if you, well, maybe you would. It's called Spiritual Hot Mum Shit by a girl called Marissa Lace, who I have followed for years, and she had a baby a couple of months after I had Saint, and I just love all of her, like, her views on everything and the way she describes things, and she's very into like healing, and yeah, no, it's just incredible. I just really, really love her, so I'm really into her content at the moment. If you guys have any other good podcasts that you think we would all love together in the comments below, please share. I'm always looking for new ones. I'm actually not going to talk when I do my brows because I'm really not very good at them. I really need my brows done really need them done, but I'm waiting for my appointment for just before the wedding, so they look good for the wedding, you know. Okay, I've actually literally just realised I've missed out about 4 of the most recent products I've used. So I used NARS Orgasm Blush. Then I used, of course, the iconic London Illuminator drops, but another combo that I actually really like for highlighter, which everybody needs to try, because the girl that I did my makeup trial with recently used this combo and it was incredible. It was the Refi highlighter, which, oh my god, it's got foundation all over the bottle, but it's that one, mixed with the Charlotte Tilbury, oh, I can't remember what, Beauty Wand I think it's called, which I am out of, but that combo mixed together, that is my #1. But then the iconic Illuminator drops, I feel like are always going to have a place in my heart. Okay, for under my brows, I don't really do too much, but I actually bought this when we were in the US and I was going to Sephora basically every single day. By Mario, Master Eye Prep and Set. And it's basically a concealer duo with like a setting powder, and then you get the brush separately, but I feel like it's just so good. And I just carve out my eyebrow with the concealer, and then I just blend it with my finger, and that's it, to be honest. That's all there is. Okay, I had loads of really sweet messages that I must say were so kind, all about my weight loss, which I didn't really know if I was going to talk too much about, but because I've had so many comments about it, I feel like a lot of you would just love to chat about it. So this one girl asked, what diet lifestyle changes have you made to lose weight? You look amazing. So kind of you, thank you so much. So in the lead up to the wedding, I actually just have been tracking my macros again, which I feel like if you've been around for a long time, like aka back when I first ever started, you will know that that is a method that always works for me. It's basically just tracking calories pretty much, but going kind of one step further with it, with then tracking your fat, carbohydrate and protein intake. We are having many a tech issue within this video. It's really putting me off, so I feel like I'm just gonna, you know, make this short and snappy. We'll just do a few quick fire. But yeah, I've basically just been tracking my calories and my macronutrients. I have been getting 10,000 steps in a day, which I feel like has actually probably made the biggest difference out of it all. I've got back into my training, so I kind of do weightlifting 4 times a week, and I have also actually really been loving spinning. I don't know if you guys have seen my story, got a Peloton, and I have legit been on that so much, so I really love that. Overall guys, it's just consistency, to be honest. Like, I started kind of paying a little bit more attention to my fitness and what I was eating a few months ago, and I just feel like if you stay on the bandwagon long enough, you kind of really start to see the rewards, and I just feel really good within myself. I feel very like fit and healthy compared to before. I have a lot more energy, you know, all the stuff that people kind of normally say when they've been working on their fitness a bit. It doesn't really matter about how you look, it matters more about how you feel, and I feel really good at the moment. Lindsay said, I loved your video on finding your spark again. Please could you do more videos like that? And that genuinely is such a huge compliment to me. Like, I cannot thank you enough for how sweet that is, because I feel like coming back online, I knew myself for a long time. I'm just about to use the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, my favourite mascara. I was using the Pillow Talk Charlotte Tilbury Push-Up Lashes one for a while, but then I got an LVL with my lashes, and I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury mascara doesn't really work well with an LVL, whereas the L'Oreal Telescopic is incredible. Actually, this is my mum's favourite mascara, so I feel like that goes to show how long it's been around for. But oh yes, so I knew for a long time, like when in the months that I was offline, that when I was going to come back online, I really wanted to kind of like find a better boundary with doing videos that made me really happy to create and watch and do. I have got mascara all over my eyelid, so that's cute, so can we just ignore that for a sec? And obviously, as much as I really do love, like, you know, vlogging my life and parts of myself with you all, as I've mentioned, there is a huge part of me that is really called to like self-betterment, self-help, spiritual enlightenment, kind of the things that I just really love learning about, and I feel like just growth as a person in general is my kind of topic that I love. I just felt like someone out there needed to see that video, and I'm really happy that I feel like it might have been able to help some of you. So if you guys have any more videos like that you would like to see, then please do let me know, because I really enjoyed making it. It's a topic that I feel really really strongly connected to. Paris asked, what happened with the health scare you had? I hope all is okay. Again, so kind of you, thank you so much. So before I explain, I'm just going to quickly say what I'm going to put on my lips because I know I will forget if I don't. I always use Strip Down Liner from MAC with Kim KW Charlotte Tilbury, and then recently I've actually really been loving this gloss by L'Oreal, which is shade I Saw. And yeah, that's really cute. I also actually really like the Patrick Tar glosses, which again I got from Sephora. Also love the Fenty. I feel like the Fenty Glow Gloss Bomb is just a ride or die. And then I've also really been loving the Dior Lip Maximizer in shade Cherry, I think that is. There was one version of this that was like sold out forever because I think it went viral on TikTok, but the only difference between the one that was sold out and then this one, which I feel like is always in stock, is that this is like a hyaluronic lip plumper, so it gives your lips a little bit of a plump, and I feel like it's a real summer vibe. So I've been wearing that a lot recently, so if you wonder why I'm wearing it, it's a bit more red tinted, then it will be that. So my health scare, I feel like this was really kind of just the cherry on top of the cake, kind of, for like shifting everything for me. I feel like my whole world, like everything just needed to shift and change, and my priorities needed to mixed up, and I really needed to come into the Eleanor that I am due to be, like the grown up, been through it, healed version of myself. And I feel like, you know, I think everything happens for a reason, and as scary as it was at the time, it gave me a lot of perspective on stuff, and yeah, as I've said for about 20 times now, just kept shifting me into the person that I think I was always supposed to be. I was referred under a urgent referral, like emergency urgent referral for breast cancer, and I feel like this is a little boy that's about to come into the room. Give me my mascara, thank you. Should we show everybody how you can take some steps now because you're so big and smart? No. What have you been doing downstairs?
Reading books.
Jump, jump,
jump, jump, jump, jump, jump. Oh, you got another little guy here, Mum.
Next question was mum work-life balance tips, and I feel like if any of you have any to share with me, please let me know, because I find it probably like the hardest thing in my life is balancing mum guilt with like trying to be productive and trying to work, or even just like do things for myself. It's so funny, isn't it, how such a little human can just like change everything for you. I find it really, really hard to be away from saying like. Anyway, my makeup's done, so I'm just going to quickly finish the last question, which was talking about my health scare. So it was just a huge wake-up call, to be honest. Really long story short, I found some lumps. I had some pain in one of my breasts that matched the lump, and the doctors just referred me straight away under like an emergency referral. It was really scary. The 2 weeks that was like in between the doctor's appointment and going to my like referral was, I'm not gonna lie, like just a really hard time. I was literally, this might sound so silly and like just really dramatic, but I was literally there every night like thinking about all the letters that I would write Saint because I wouldn't be there anymore. Like, yeah, I was lucky enough and blessed enough to not have to pursue it any further because it didn't end up being cancer. You know, as scary as it was just another one of those things that I feel like was a lesson I needed to go through, I needed to learn. Life is just too short to not be chasing after your dream and growing and loving, and there was a lot of stuff that happened in those months offline. I feel like I've not even really touched the surface with you about it, but maybe one day we can talk a bit more. But anyway, I feel like this catch up was so needed. It feels now like I have caught up with you a little bit more. Like it doesn't feel like it's just surface level taking you through my day. Like I actually feel like we've managed to have a bit of a catch up, so I feel, yeah, I feel good. Hope you guys do too. I know that was deep, like got deep, it was a lot. But this is the finished makeup look. It was literally so easy. I know it took me ages in this video because I was talking my head off, but literally normally takes me like 10 to 15 minutes. It's really easy, minimal steps. Love the lip combo. Don't know about you guys, love the glow. I cannot express how much I love and appreciate every single one of you. I really hope you're having an amazing week, and if you're not, just remember you've got through the worst bit of your life. You can get through this week as well. On the other end of hardship is happiness and love, and so many more exciting things are to come for you in this life. You are worthy of love, you are worthy of happiness. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. I really love you guys. Have a nice evening. Bye.